The first one is convincing students that they're a string star. Convincing and creating that insatiable belief that your student realize how dope they are, how important they are, is a crucial element to becoming a string star. And I say you're gonna hear me say that a lot. String star. What is the definition of a string star? Basically, the definition of a string star is a superstar, but you play the strings. See, when I grew up, playing in the orchestra was not really the cool thing to do. The superstars were the football players, basketball players, and cheerleaders. Maybe it's like that at your school, maybe it's not. My point is that you have to build an orchestra program where you are reiterating and reminding your students that they're superstars in the school. Me, I was the cool kid on the block, you know. I played the violin, but I had a confidence in myself playing in the orchestra, playing violin and viola, where I was like, I know I'm that guy, right? But, you know, students still used to pick on me because, and this goes for a lot of inner city schools, being in the orchestra could be considered nerdy or not cool or um like orchestra, what's that? Right? I always joke around orchestra compared to band. Now band, y'all are some different breed of people, okay? Band programs, the word cool does not come to my mind. That's just a little joke. Choir and orchestra, because you can be, see, if you're an orchestra student, you have swagger, you have a confidence. Like, man, you could play a string instrument. You're really smart. Okay, something about orchestra sounds sophisticated. Just the name itself, orchestra, sounds sophisticated. It is a sophisticated thing to do. Um, it's competitive because everybody is competing against themselves and also against each other when it comes to seating, when it comes to sections of instrumentation, lower strings, higher strings, all the way until where you're talking about um, competitions, ensemble competitions, all of that type of thing. So it's sophisticated, it's competitive. That's why I like compare it to basketball a lot because you have to have a certain swagger, a certain confidence, and a belief. I came here to play, and I'm not playing around. We about to get these notes together. We about to get this music together. We're about to get ready for this concert. If your orchestra students are like, oh, concert, oh my God, no. And it starts with us as the teacher. You have to. I always make sure that, man, we have a concert coming up. It's about to go. It's about to be lit, right? It's about to be fire. When the concert comes, you got to think about all that. What are the lights looking like at your concert? What is the music that you're playing at your concert? Are the students excited about the concert, or are they just they have to have a belief that they're a string star? Um, I used to get bullied for having carrying my violin case home from school. They used to try to pick on me. Ha! You play the violin. I used to try to knock it off my shoulder. You know, if a student were to ever come to me and say that that was their experience, I would remind them that they're a string star. Like, man, don't worry about those kids. They just mad because they don't have what you have. See, you're a string star. You get down on your cello. You get down, excuse me, on your viola. They're just mad because they don't have the same skills as you, or they don't know what the violin even is. So they're just talking out of ignorance. But you that dude, you that girl. They have to have a certain confidence because, which leads me to my next point. If they don't have a confidence, especially your students of color, your minorities like me growing up, a lot of them will just not return. Your retention will not raise every year. It will actually lower your retention rate. Okay, speaking the language. Oh yeah, before I go to the second point, again, I'm giving away some free orchestra sheet music. Okay, it's an R&B tune sampler pack that I put together for you guys. You can download it. I think it's in the description. Pretty sure it's in the description. Also, if you want to book me to come, superintendents, teachers, principals hire me to come out to different orchestras all around the country to do clinics and workshops for your orchestra program. So, all right. Secondly, speak the language to raise retention. You have to speak the language of hip hop. It's a hip hop orchestra workshop. Am I saying that you have to, you know, turn into a hip hop aficionado? Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. You have to study the greats. Okay, let me ask you a question. Can you name 10 great hip hop artists off the top of your head right now? I can. Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Lil Wayne. Shoot, you can even say Drake. Boom. You should know 10. For the ladies, name me 5 lady MCs. 'Cause you know the lady rappers is going in right now. So if you don't know, you should know. See, that's why you gotta stick with your boy. I can help you. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Big Lotto, Anicia, Doechii, who just won some awards with the Grammy. You have to know these people. You have to. Why? Because you have to speak their language. When it comes to your orchestra students, if you have no cultural alignment with them, what that translates to them is orchestra is boring. Orchestra doesn't align with my culture. Therefore, after this first or second year, I'm gone. After sixth grade and the seventh grade, I'm leaving. Why are you leaving orchestra? I get this from teachers all the time. I just have some students, of color that they're just so talented. They have so much skill. I'm like, man, why are they thinking about quitting? Why are they quitting orchestra? The cultural alignment is a disconnect, right? So you have to study the grades. Let me do it a different way. Let me ask you a question. And you can answer this in the chat or put this in the comments. Um, who are the hottest hip hop and R&B artists out right now? Hip hop and or R&B. Name me five of the top hip hop and R&B artists. I can help you with that. Future, Tyler Tyler the Creator. You have to know who these people are. You have to know songs by them. You have to have them on your phone. You have to actually listen to the songs and learn the language. You have to study the songs. I'm not talking about, creating a doctoral thesis on this stuff, but you got to ingratiate yourself in the language of hip hop. So what did I say? I said two. I said I need to give five. I said Future, Tyler the Creator, of course, Kendrick Lamar, right? J. Cole is still very relevant. Um, I said R&B too. SZA, um, SZA is very relevant. Her, LMA, Summer Walker. So challenge yourself to speak the language to raise the retention. And I guarantee you, the more that you listen to those artists that I name in those songs, I'm not talking about for enjoyment. You may or may not enjoy these. Excuse me, my allergies. You may or may not enjoy some of these artists, but you're not really doing it for that. It's research purposes, right? To connect with your students. So this is for research purposes. Who knows? You may end up liking a Megan Thee Stallion song or two. You know what? I should put a playlist together to share with y'all. I'm gonna write that down. A playlist of artists and songs you should listen to know what these students are listening to. You might end up liking one of these songs. Okay, so yeah, you got to speak the language to raise retention. I'm not asking you to. Here's what I'm not doing. I'm not asking you to talk and act like Snoop Dogg. Yeah, yo, what's up? Go into the classroom. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Like, Mister What? Mrs. What? Why are you talking like that? I'm not asking you to do all that. I'm not asking you to be, yeah, yo, what's up? I'm teaching today. It's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? One, two, three into the four. Get your bows out and rosin them some more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even talk like that. And I got a chain, and I love Michael Jordan, and I have braids. I'm the quintessential black guy, and I wear Jordans. I don't even talk like that. I'm not telling you, yeah, what's up? We about to do this orchestra. That would be silly. Be yourself, but be able to speak the language. How do you speak the language? You have to listen. You have to just listen, you know. Um, and it'll just come. The the language of the music will just come. Which leads me to my third topic. Having culturally relevant music, culturally relevant content is paramount. Excuse me. Before I talk about that last point, once again, I'm Steven. I teach the hip hop orchestra workshop all across the country. I have a hip hop orchestra workshop Facebook group for teachers. If you're a superintendent, a principal, a teacher, if you have a band program, if you have an orchestra program, you have a choir program, this this value I hope that I provide can help you to have culturally relevant music in your classroom. to have strategies, to have music that you can teach your students so that we're not playing only all Anglo-Saxon composers and arrangers for orchestra. I was the kid growing up who felt like there was more to my story. I played in many orchestras where I was the only musician of color, where I didn't feel like I fully connected with the orchestra teacher. I was the kid who grew up a lover of hip hop, a lover of gospel music growing up in a black gospel church, and a lover of jazz. My dad is a jazz pianist. And so I always felt like there was more to my story, and I began to incorporate R&B and gospel and hip hop orchestra. I began to make uh, scores, original scores in that style, arrangements in that style, which I have all available for you to purchase for your classrooms on my website. Okay, anyways, back to the last thing, culturally relevant content. You want to pick music that is that is relevant. I'm going to share with you. Take a listen to what I mean by that. This is a something that I want to share. Let's see if it works. Um, let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, this is the 2022 OSU String Teacher Workshop reading session, and the teachers are playing a piece called Beethoven that I wrote, and I just want to share it with you guys. Let me bless you real quick with this. Okay, I found where it is. Here we go. All right. So that was Beethoven. That's grade 5. You can buy that on my website right now. My website is linked. But yeah, so when I talk about the culturally relevant content, that language of that, right? You hear you hear all that. You hear the Destiny's Child influence. You hear the syncopation. You hear the repetition of ostinato patterns. I mean, if you just listen to like a lot of the hip hop, it's just a repeated ostinato. And it's usually right. So it's a fun piece. Beethoven, all the music is fun like that. And then what does that also do? That opens up the door to a lot of different things that you could teach using background tracks, teaching improvisation, right? But imagine playing a piece like that. Maybe you had a student who was on the rails about wanting to quit orchestra. Specifically, I'm talking about, students of color, honestly. And they listen to that. Like, man, I'm staying. We're playing music like this. This sound like my playlist. This sound like my Spotify playlist. Man, this is fire. Like, again, speaking the language to make sure that that retention rate doesn't go lower, that it stays up. Now, do you have to personally have an interest in hip hop and R&B? No, you don't. You just have to have an interest in the students, and I know y'all do. Or else why would you be teaching? You have an interest in a, a, a vast, diverse group of students, not just one type of student. Yeah, I do have another video I want to show you guys. It's the hip hop orchestra workshop overview. and give you an idea of what that is like. So you can learn more about the workshop that I provide. And this video is more. Uh, this video will show more students and not like the other videos show adults.
There was a problem. African
Oh,
Americans make up only.
let me start that over.
Hi, my name is Steven Spotswood, and I started the Hip Hop Orchestra Workshop because there was a problem. African Americans make up only 1.8% of all of our professionals in our orchestras across the country. I never felt like I could fully tell my story in orchestra as I grew up in a black church where we played gospel music, so I knew about that. And my dad was a jazz pianist, so he taught me about jazz. And I loved hip hop. I was always walking around with my headphones on. And so, even though I was in orchestra, I never felt like I could fully tell my story. I said, there's got to be more to my story than this. My goal with this workshop is to raise the percentage of diversity in our orchestral music. And I plan to do that by number one, performing contemporary music for concerts, music that middle school and high school students listen to. So, if you or anyone you know would be interested in participating in a workshop like this, go to my website. You can find more information on how to sign up.
Ooh, I heard some intonation. I heard some intonation there at the end. Yeah, that's the hip hop orchestra workshop. Like I said, if you wanna have a workshop at your school, it's really easy to book me for that and just sign up for. We can do a 1 day workshop, a 2 day workshop, and a 4 day workshop, and then we have a concert at the end. I'll send you all the music ahead of time. You work with your students, teach them the notes, teach them the rhythms. Um, I come in and do improvisation, but all that good stuff um, we could talk about. So go ahead and book that workshop. So yeah, this is this is something that I'm trying to do every day while you guys are on your way, getting ready for work, getting ready for school. And I say, you know what? Instead of going live in the evenings, I'm gonna go live in the mornings. Okay. And honestly, that's what I have. That's what I have for y'all today. Um, I hope that you found something valuable that that you can take this with you. Once again, my name is Steven with the Hip Hop Orchestra Workshop. It's been a joy. It's been a pleasure. Leave any comments. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day.